Hi, this is Dave at freeguitarlessonsonline.com. Welcome to this lesson on E minor pentatonic scale, a very useful scale. First thing is it's got all the open strings are available in the scale. So hopefully you've downloaded the PDF diagrams of the scale where they're written out across the entire neck. The roots of the scale, which is an E note, they're highlighted in red. The pattern of the scale, or the formula, is root, flat 3, 4th, 5th, flat 7. And as you learn them, and depending on your skill level and how experienced you are, you're going to want to know that. For now, this is how to start with the first one, open string, 3rd fret. I'm using just these two fingers. You can also use these two fingers. Sorry, nothing bad intended there. Alright, so I'm going to use these two. Open string. Two notes per string. Okay, now when you're playing them at home, I'm just taking my fingers off far so you can see what I'm doing. On the way down, or descending, the fretted note is played on this one, then the open string. So the higher note, then the lower note. Higher note, lower note. Higher sounding note, lower note. Of course, when you play them, keep your fingers relaxed and close to the fretboard. The next one starts right here. They're interlocked like bricks or Lego blocks. You can see on the diagram. 2nd finger, pinky, index finger, 4th finger, index finger, 4th finger, index finger, 3rd finger, 2nd finger, 4th finger, 2nd finger, 4th finger, and again on the back down version you're going to go the higher sounding note to the lower sounding note. Notice I'm using all down picking right now. I'm using an electric guitar. This is fine on it's just fine and dandy on an acoustic guitar, and you can also, once you get going, down up picking. You'll have to practice that very slowly and make sure that you don't do 2 up strokes or 2 down strokes in a row. You're going to have to really watch that you're... That's another lesson. Okay, now the other thing you can do in this particular one, as you get up here to the 3rd string, fret 2, and fret 4, is instead of using your 2nd finger for the 2nd string, 3rd fret note, you can shift over to your 1st finger. So to do that again, I'm starting at the root on string 4. Then I shift up the fret. And that's something also useful to learn, is how to shift eventually. And that's as you get more advanced. So the next thing, once you start memorizing these, memorize one at a time, however long it takes you. Draw it out on the blank fretboard diagram. That really helps speed up the process of memorization. The next thing is you're going to need to know where the roots are, where the flat 3rd is, where the 5th is, the 4th. Eventually this information will be very useful for you, especially if you're serious about your music and developing it. Okay, so here's I'm just going to do this position up here. Key of E minor pentatonic, fret 7. On string 5 is the root. That's your E note. And of course you can still play the notes down string 6, but that's the 5th, flat 7, root. You can hear how it resolves. Bum, bum. Okay, so root, flat 3rd. You're going to want to say this out loud or sing it even. Root, flat 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 7, root. Okay, so 7th. Root, and then we're up to the flat 3rd again. 4th, 5th, flat 7, flat 7, 5th, 4th, flat 3rd, root, flat 7, 5th, 4th, flat 7, root, flat 7, I should have said flat 3rd, root, flat 7, 5, flat 7, root. It really forces you to stay alert and pay attention as you're playing, and eventually you'll know, make the connection with your ear. Okay, so that's another step of learning this scale. And something else, once you get further along, that you can do, again, drawing it out really helps with that, is to learn some patterns. I've got a tab as well you can download from this page. So what I'm going to do is I'll stay in the same pattern. So I go up 3, then I start on the second note of the scale. Here's the first note. I'm starting on the root. Then I go up 3, then I come back 1 note and go up 3. I come back 1 note, go up 3. I come back 1 note. I play start again on the previous note, the second last note I just played. You'll see it on the tab. It's a very common pattern. There are many patterns you can do. Okay, I'm sure you've heard that one before. It's a good one to start learning, just to give you different ideas, get your mechanics going in your fingers, different melodies, so you don't just get stuck. You don't want to be just playing the scale up and down all the time. And that's why it's good to sing along with what you play too, and learn some licks as well. Okay, another thing that you can start doing with this scale as you get a little bit more advanced is playing. So far we've been playing in a vertical or fret axis. Now we're going to play string axis. So you can start on 1 string. I just went down connecting the various patterns that are on that download sheet, but along the string you can do 2 strings, well, etc. Okay, so alright, so and then you start interlacing things like that. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Make all the downloads, practice, be patient, give yourself lots of time, have fun, and enjoy the process. This is Dave at freeguitarlessonsonline.com. Thanks for tuning in and tuning up.